right, we are back. I reckon this is the best thing for what we're doing today. Let's do a speed run as well, hey? All right, let's start over here. Oh God, I can't feel that. That feels weird. Woo! All right, this is so strange. All right, here we go. I cannot feel that. It's actually sort of insane. You know when you get an injection and there's that initial like going into the skin feeling and it just feels like you can't feel anything yet, but it feels really violating, for lack of a better term. That's what it feels like. I can definitely feel something. I reckon I can feel more of nerves rather than like a pain per se. So that's going in pretty good. I wanted to do this to sort of test out like the rubberiness of the feel and stuff like that. But because I'm doing it on myself, I'm actually struggling to like really give a good sort of example of what it feels like. I mean, maybe I just did it the right way, like I shaved it, like which exfoliates the skin essentially. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I can't feel it, which is what we want. Another thing I really wanted to test was when the pain comes back, what sort of wave am I going to feel? Is it going to be like a smack in the face, or is it going to be a gradual? Because I have tattooed people with numbing cream on and lined their whole legs. Yeah, I felt that a little bit there. They got home, then the feelings come back, almost gone into shock, essentially. Just popping all the ibuprofens and painkillers and stuff like that. This is dangerous. Not feeling it, this is dangerous. I probably will only use it for my ribs, I reckon, because that just sucks. Like, talked about it in previous videos where the first 5 minutes is the worst, and then your body sort of gets used to it and numbs it out. With the ribs, that is not the case. Your soul leaves your body and you meet it for the first time. So the first tattoo I ever did on myself was that one right there. That little skull and crossbones. Yeah, that is just completely numb. Honestly, the numbing cream is good for if you want to practice something on yourself, like a new style or something like that. So you can really hone in on technique and that type of thing. Going through the tattoo pain as an apprentice is also good because, or as a tattooer in general, because you can relate to the person. Like when a person's getting their ribs done and they're moving around and you haven't got your ribs done, like you're not really in a position to be like, hey, just fucking sit still. You can sort of show them that you've gone through it as well. You're gonna get a bit more of a mutual sort of understanding. I mean, that's my personal opinion, but I've talked to a lot of clients and they're on the same level. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So we're like 7 minutes in. I can sort of start, the stuff that I've tattooed, I'm starting to sort of feel something hot, sunburny sort of feeling that you get. But all this new stuff, it's pretty chill. You're like, I can sort of feel it, but I can't feel it. It's not like your traditional tattoo sort of feeling. One thing that is weird about, like, one thing I'm feeling right now about this is that I'm sort of scared for the feeling to just kick in. Yeah, boy, we're getting there. It's weird. You pull a long line. Sort of, if there's a little bit that you may have gone a bit light on the cream, you sort of feel little nabs. Tell you what though, it is easy to ramble on while you're getting tattooed during the lockdowns. The first 5 minutes was so shit. I knew I had to go deeper. I knew it wasn't like going in properly, and like breaking through that barrier of dealing with the pain and pushing through that little bit more. It was tough. 10 minutes in and I'm like, am I doing this? All right, that's all the lines. So let's see what this feels like. And I can sort of get away with dry wiping because it's numb. I can just dry wipe the hell out of this. Yeah, I felt that a bit. That was a bit sharp. So my experiment was supposed to be about feeling the rubberiness that the body part can go from the numbing cream, but I'm really struggling to sort of give you that answer. Like everything's going in exactly how I want it. And I guess it really depends on the brand. I've seen people have chemical reactions. A scary sight because it's a foreign chemical just sitting on top of your skin, and then you're creating an open wound over the top of it. If you're just getting some cheapy numbing cream from eBay or something like that, you have no idea what's inside of it. Once that skin is open and it's a wound and you've got this chemical going in, who knows what's going to happen. So that's basically like where the chemical burns come into the equation. So I thought, you know what, if I get a reaction, I can get some content out of it. And here we are. So far so good. Tell you what, the creams have gotten better over the years. They had to have. I've always preferred shading over lining anyway, so if the feeling does come back, I guess I can't complain. That looks pretty good. See, I felt that. Up here, I'm feeling that sharpness. So it's not too bad. It's actually very relaxing. Having a good time. Not that I want to do this often. Sitting in a dark room, scratching myself, talking to myself. It's actually not too bad. Can we see that? We're looking good? All right. The only thing about tattooing yourself is you're limited to the angles you can get at. I'd rather pull towards me with everything. I like pulling lines towards me, whipping towards me. So I would definitely prefer doing that. This is all good. Something nice about that. I reckon that's probably it with the black. Let's give it a clean. Let's have a look. That's clean. Just using the very corner of my mag to get right up in there. Because it is curved, you know it's not going to go too deep or anything like that. You're pretty safe in that department. Get some red in there. All the colors that I'm using today are the solid ink. I'm pretty happy with everything so far. Look at that. How are we going for time? Started at 10 to 12 for half an hour. It's an hour max, I reckon. If I can get this in 45 minutes, I'll be pretty happy. Still not really feeling anything. Still pretty calm. Not wiping it too much, or like I've only cleaned it a couple of times to get the black off. Still pretty good. Say how long it's supposed to last, the actual effect of numbness. See, I can feel that a bit more. Definitely not uncomfortable. It's done with the red, just these little bits up here. I reckon by the time I get to the white, I'll start feeling it again. I can feel that, but I think it really depends on the thickness that you apply the cream. Right, so that's the red. What do you reckon? Good. I'm pretty happy with that. So vibrant. I'm just going to solid this out. Can't really feel. I can feel that. This part up here at the top, I can feel way more than anything else. It's a mixture of like sharp tattoo feeling and like pressure. Really not unbearable at all. More of a weird feeling than anything, I would say. So the tube that I used was $7, I believe. It's not massive, like I got a bit left, but if you are going to use a bigger piece for numbing cream, you'd need a couple, like $100. Or you could just go to my other video of how to deal with your tattoo and deal with the pain. Gotta be careful not to get carried away with the wire. I think I'm having too much fun. What do we think? Hey? Not bad. Good size, just under an hour in.